years.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gregg's Vintage Workshop, where I'm working to restore history one piece at a time. Today we're going to be doing part 3 of the 1929 Victor R32 TRF radio. In part 2 I rebuilt the large filter condenser can, among other things. And in part 3 we're going to do the same, only on the transformers. I'll be doing the output, interstage, and input transformer cans. Get those apart and we'll get the new transformers in place, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's get started. Part 3. Alright guys, I'm getting ready to try and get this output and interstage transformer out of this particular tar can. This is basically going to be what I did with that filter condenser, so we'll see how it works on this. This has actually been in my freezer for about, I don't know, 2 days maybe. Hopefully I'm keeping you on the screen because I can't see where I'm at. If I am out of screen, I apologize. Coming out. See that? Yeah, see how far out we are? Actually, that made it go back in when I did that. Coming out. It's definitely coming out there, but I need to be able to get it far enough I can grab hold of it. Break a little bit more of the break a little bit more of the tar off. That might allow it to fall on out there. It's coming. Slow but sure, it's coming down out of there. Might be able to grab hold of one of those transformers. If I get a bite on it, I can probably get it. This is what I was doing on that one when I bit into the... I think that the cold method is definitely a better way to go than melting tar. There it is. And it pretty much, you know, salvaged the coils, but I mean, you know, obviously the wires are broken, but it's out. And there you go. Just like that. Pretty much nice clean can. That's it. Hopefully you guys see that live and in real time. So I think the cold tar method is a pretty good method for taking these tar cans apart. Like I said, I just put it in my freezer. This one was in there for like 2 days. The other one was overnight, about 24 hours. There it is. I got my replacements today. Okay, so as I just showed you guys, this is the interstage and output transformer can. Just got the insides out of it. Hopefully you're on camera. Looks like you are. And today I got my box with my new transformers. So this is the new output transformer. It's a CT2454 if you can read that. Well, the number is P-T291. That's the number that I looked it up on Antique Electronic Supply. That's right. Okay. Anyway, that's the new output. I'll have to look at my notes, but I think I'm using common and 3 to get what I need. So that's that one. This is the replacement interstage. Quite a bit smaller than that one. And let's see if I can read that one. That's awful small. Get my magnifying glass out here and we'll see what this is. That is a P-T156. So that's what I'm using for the interstage. And last one is the input transformer, and it's the same as the interstage. They're both the same PT156 transformer. So next step is going to be to mount the interstage and the input transformers in the can. I'm going to do that off camera. You don't need to see me drilling holes and screwing them in there, but that's going to be the plan. So let me get at that. By the way, I did want to let you guys know on the Philco 54, we've had a very beautiful week this week, and I was able to get the cabinet all finished. So that's done. And the back plate, I got that repainted. And I'm currently working on the grill cloth piece. You guys remember this part? Well, I've glued a heavy piece of paper. Bill, you'll recognize this. This is what I used on the little oscilloscope piece I made for you. But my plan is I'm going to make a second one of these, and I'm going to glue it onto this side and make it super stiff. I mean, it's pretty stiff right now because this piece is stiff, and I still haven't decided what I'm doing with this part yet, but I got to figure that out. Anyway, wrong video. Okay, I got the output and interstage transformers mounted. So I used wide head straight screws to try and make it seem more period correct, even though these didn't have screws in them, obviously. This one's hidden, as you can see by the paint. This one won't be, but by the time I spray paint this and put it all together, it'll look pretty much factory. What I got to do right now, I obviously got to solder my outputs onto the output. I extended my leads for the input portion of the output transformer. I extended those leads, and so I will get these other two extended or put on there. And I've got on the interstage, I've got these marked. These are the blue and the red are the primary, and I read about 405 ohms. green are the secondaries, and about 1500 ohms. I won't have to extend those. But what I got to do right now is figure out how I'm going to support this plate in here. My thought is I'll probably glue a couple of wooden pieces in here on either side. I might do that for it to sit on, so it's got a ledge to sit on, or I might just strategically glue like a piece of wood right here, and a piece of wood right here, and a piece of wood right here, and then that'll just kind of sit in there and support it. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Once I know I'm going to support it, then I get the wire soldered on and move on. I'll bring you back. Actually, upon closer inspection, I don't have to put anything, because this can, if you can see this, has a little tab sticking in right here, and on the opposite side, right here and right here. And then the smaller tabs here are what bend over and hold that in place. So really, I think what I might do is put one small dowel right in the center to support the center, since there's nothing to support the center right now. And I think those tabs will do the rest. So that's much easier. It's going to be much easier than I thought. So let me get that in there. Okay, so I got the output and interstage transformers all wired up and soldered. What I did was I put that little piece of wood right there. It actually is going to set right on that frame of the output, which is very, very solid, so it's not like it's going to push much on it. Got my outputs from the output on the common and the 3, and everything else should pretty much be where it needs to be. I might cram one of those original can pieces in here, just keep the wiring off of the actual metal. I don't think it's going to make any difference. It's insulated, but I might just do that anyway. And I'll bring it back when it's done. And there it is, the output and interstage transformer can, all repaired other than getting painted. It's all together, and we're happy with that. A lot lighter now too. So let's move on to the input transformer. Alright guys, here we are working on the input transformer. I've got the input transformer mounted in the input transformer can, and we'll paint that up and it'll look good when it gets done. And the center tap is a black wire down there, and I have got that heat shrinked on the end and down tucked in there. The blue and red wires are the primaries, and the green wires are the secondaries. And so, looking at the schematic, if you guys can see this, this R32 could have been used as an R45 and had a phonograph on it, but it didn't. This was just the R32, but it was set up to be either way. And on this one, terminals 1 and 3 were the input for the phono, whereas 2 and 4 are the input from the 227 tube. So, since I don't have a phono and the transformer I'm using, I'll be using the primaries on 2 and 4 and the secondaries on 3 and 5. That's the way I'm wiring it up anyway, so hopefully that's good. I did look at my notes on the input where I did get some readings, and I did have like between 3 to 5 I had like 1115 ohms. I got 11.15 here. And on the one side that I could get that wasn't open, which was the one for the phono, I had 36 ohms. So I'm pretty confident I'm good with the primary and the secondaries here. So I'm going to wire this up. I got that all cleaned up and the wire's all off of it. and we'll wire this up. I'll bring it back. I did break one of the little tabs off in here, right here, so I epoxied a little small wooden block, not very big, just as a corner support right there. So let me get that in there and we'll come back. Okay, so that pretty much takes care of the interstage output and input transformer. All rebuilt, ready to go back inside. I think they turned out pretty good. I'm real happy with them. Now if they perform, we'll find out. Like I said, I did my own calculations. I talked to a few folks and I got the recommendations, so we'll see how those go. So one other thing that I didn't do that I want to set up, we forgot to check the choke. So I need to hook up and check the choke, and we'll get that done. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to check the choke on this because I didn't think to do it earlier. And let me show you that on the outside, what that looks like. It's this tar can right here. This is the power transformer here that we did check. And that is the choke. So we're going to set that up and check that right now. Hopefully I got you guys, keep you guys in camera where you can see the meter. Now I don't know what it should be, I just know it shouldn't be open. So we're going to see what we get. 205 ohms. Again, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This is the filter choke right here, and the one side of that is going to the 3 microfarad portion of the filter condenser. And I move this out of the way. That is this big fat wire right here, which is the same wire right here that's going to the filter choke. So it's already disconnected. I don't have to take anything off the filter choke because it's already disconnected up here. So that being the case, I got 205 ohm, and that tells me that that choke is good. Hopefully it's not open, so I think 205 is probably pretty good. I think that's going to do it for this part 3 of the 1929 Victor R32 transformer episode. I think what we'll do on the next part 4 episode, we will clean this entire chassis and I'll reinstall the transformers and the filter condenser can. So that should wrap up this one. If you're new to my channel, I ask that you subscribe. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you saw, hopefully we'll get better. But for now, from Gregg's Vintage Workshop, thanks for watching.